commitments that our founding fathers made. The first commitment, the commitment of fighting poverty, the commitment of eliminating disease, the commitment of reducing ignorance. Where are we with all that? In studio live on Scorecard, we have Dr. Ekuru Okot, Peter Gadara, and Dr. Iraqi. So you don't want to miss that. An interesting conversation coming up. But first, let's look at an executive summary of the stories that we packaged for you tonight.
I direct that all agencies observe the December 31st deadline to finalize the migration to e-citizen platform.
Going fully digital, President Ruto directs all government services to be online by the 31st of December 2023 as he leads Kenya to mark the 60th Jamhuri celebrations. It's free for all. Kenyans flock to national parks to sample the wild after the free entrance directive in the spirit of Jamhuri celebrations.
I have conferred upon our world-beating athlete, Faith Kipyegon, the rank and status of Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart.
A double for Faith Kipyegon after she is conferred with the highest honor by President William Ruto just hours after she bagged the prestigious World Athlete of the Year award. Our sign language interpreter is Brian Muraru, and our socials at KBC Channel 1. President William Ruto has directed that all government services be onboarded on e-citizen by the end of the year. Ruto, who was speaking when he led the country to mark the 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations at the Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi, Kenya, said that cashless regime will ensure a seamless collection of revenue and seal loopholes that have been exploited by some of the public officers to siphon public funds. The head of state said to deal with corruption, he would support the timely prosecution of all officers, regardless of their ranks, and that under his watch, he would not allow even 1 shilling to be misappropriated. Give us on Minor reports.
President William Ruto on Tuesday instructed all the government agencies to onboard onto the e-citizen platform by the 31st December this year. This, the president said, is meant to seal loopholes and tame the siphoning of public money.
I direct that all agencies observe the December 31st deadline to finalize the migration to e-citizen platform. No Kenyan shilling shall be lost through embezzlement, theft, or corruption.
While vowing to tighten the fight against graft, the president called for timely prosecution of persons involved in shady deals, irrespective of their stature in society.
I also give my personal undertaking to support the timely prosecution of all those involved in corruption without regard to their social, economic, ethnic, political status, or connection, or any other consideration whatsoever.
While leading the nation in marking the 60th Jamhuri celebrations at Uhuru Gardens in the city, the head of state also announced that Kenya will be a visa-free country beginning January 1st, 2024, and that a system has been put in place which will require those seeking to visit the country to be electronically identified.
It shall no longer be necessary for any person from any corner of the globe to carry the burden of applying for a visa to come to Kenya. To echo the call of the Turkana people to the world, Tobongu Lore, a simple message to humanity: welcome home.
The president using the event to laud Kenyans for their patience, saying the painful economic decisions he instituted when he took over power have begun bearing fruits and are steering Kenya from the edge of the catastrophic cliff of debt distress.
Proudly, these sacrifices have paid off. I can now confirm, without fear of any contradiction, that Kenya is safely out of the danger of debt distress and that our economy is on a stable footing.
The head of state saying Kenya had made great progress and that the democratic credentials of the country's political culture are now solid and the institutional maturity beyond doubt. Leaders from the region who attended the celebration hailing Kenya for becoming a shining light in the region.
Yes, is indeed a milestone. I have been, as I said, a witness of the great progress that Kenya has made since its independence.
Kwa hakika mmepiga hatua kubwa sana. Kenya ya sasa sio sawa na Kenya ya mwaka 1963.
As the country marks 60 years of independence, President William Ruto says Kenya has made remarkable milestones in regards to democracy. He, however, holds that the country must start making serious steps to achieve the much-needed development. Givers Minor, KBC Channel 1, Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has expressed confidence that the Kenya Kwanza plan to bring the social-economic transformation envisioned by Kenya's freedom fighters. Speaking during the 60th National Jamhuri Day celebrations, whose theme centered around youth, sports and creative economy, the DP averred that the radical plan by President William Ruto will finally stamp out poverty and illiteracy. Gladys Mungai reports.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua says the country has made great strides since independence in accordance with the dreams of Kenyans' independence struggle. The progress, the Deputy President says, has gathered steam through Kenya Kwanza's grand plan for economic revitalization.
You have laid a firm foundation for socio-economic transformation. In October, you put the nation on course to achieving universal health coverage. Under our President's leadership, we are implementing comprehensive educational reforms through the competency-based curriculum, which we have far-reaching positive implications of our country. Your Excellency, the fifth administration is expanding financial inclusion to drive entrepreneurship, besides undertaking fundamental reforms in the public sector, among other interventions.
Gachagua says a single act of granting Kenya her much-needed independence was the beginning point for Kenya's prosperity, that the leadership of President William Ruto would capitalize on it to spur development and economic stability.
We are leaving no one behind in Kenya. The Kenya we want is the one the President is leaving no one behind, and that is the Kenya we all deserve. Your Excellency, we acknowledge your forward-looking leadership on regional and international matters. This is important because a stable and prosperous Africa means a better Kenya.
Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja calling on the new generation of leaders to foster national unity and universal development for all Kenyans, irrespective of political affiliations.
Thanks to devolution, be abandoned to generational poverty and oppression because of their region. This generation of leaders, led by His Excellency William Ruto, must secure the promise of independence by bringing prosperity to those parts of the country, Your Excellency, that had been previously treated unequally in the years after independence. A first-class country cannot have a second-class citizen.
For Prime Edition, I'm Gladys Mungai.
The Kenya Kwanza administration says that it needs more time to achieve its bottom-up economic transformation agenda, maintaining that the country is on course. Speaking at this year's 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi, Kenya, Energy Principal Secretary Alex Wachira and his counterparts noted that since taking over the reins of various sectors, including energy, There have been a boost with investments in renewable energy, fronted as a solution to tackling climate change. Independent institutions have called upon the state to tackle corruption, which has impeded development in the country over the years.
Currently with the field dams, because of the good rains that we have had, we are generating up to 96% of clean renewable energy. And I want to set the record straight and tell Kenyans that we are not in power rationing mode, and like what has been reported. The issue is around South Nyanza and South Rift.
Because 60 years ago, we had heroes who fought for the independence of this country, and for us, it's just to take it forward.
And now with the present leadership that we have with the present government, we feel very positive because we realize that we have cohesively looked into the issues of the youth and sports. And that is where we have the bulk of Kenyans.
One that is providing both demonstrative and thought leadership. You know, for example, the role that the president has been playing in terms of climate growth.
The challenge that we must focus now in our next 60 years is how we can defeat this thing called corruption.
We cannot lose this simply because of the challenging state of our economy. The state of the economy is a big problem. It's known to the president, it's known to all of us. What is not known to us is the final outcome of the fight that we are putting in.
We are yet to achieve much of what should be expected, but we hope going into the future, especially on the aspect of devolution, I think we are still not doing very good in terms of devolution, because in 1963, the Majimboism is what we are seeing in devolution. So we need to work very hard towards achieving it.
President William Ruto presided over the Trooping of Colour ceremony for the 25 Mechanized Infantry Battalion at Uhuru Gardens during the 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations. The battalion is an infantry of 8 Mechanized Infantry Brigade located in Baragoi, Samburu County. The colours are the highest honour for any regiment or until, and is given to the highest in regards to protection.
As is tradition during every year's Jamhuri Day celebration, it was the turn of the 25th Mechanized Infantry Battalion to troop colours in one of the most revered military rituals. The ceremony kicked off after the head of state inspected a guard of honour mounted by the 3 services of the Kenya Defence Forces. The Kenyan flag and the battalion's colours placed at the centre of the Uhuru Gardens, ready for presentation by the Commander-in-Chief.
Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa majeshi yote ya ulinzi.
But first, a prayer for the flags and for the men in the battalion under leadership of the Kenya Defence Forces.
Strength, courage and victory in the field of war through your mighty power, O Lord.
The battalion, an 8 unit of Mechanized Infantry Brigade, marched in show of military precision led by the commanding officer. In the highest display of honour, the Commander-in-Chief handed the flags to the commanding officer. A salute.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais.
And the commanding officer returns with the flag well tucked in his hands. No room for mistakes. Every Kenya Defence Forces officer coming close to the flag as it was displayed by the marching commanding officer must salute it as show of honour, since the trooping of colour is an important military tradition symbolising the spirit, might and pride of a regiment. Colours bear battle honours and badges granted to regiments which commemorate gallant actions of its members. The 25 Mechanized Infantry Battalion has been operating under Operation Maliza Uhalifu in charge of flushing out bandits in Samburu and Laikipia counties. The unit was formed on 19th of July 2017 along the 23rd and 27th Mechanized Infantry Battalion. This was the second trooping of colours presided over by President William Ruto since ascension to office in September last year. Yusufar reporting for Prime Edition.
The Kenyan national colours were in full display at the Uhuru Gardens Tuesday as the country celebrated its 60th birthday. Leading from the front was the First Lady Rachel Ruto, whose kente wear summarized the spirit of a people united by the black, the green, the red, and the white stripes of the national flag. Here is Nancy Okware.
As early as 6 a.m., Kenyans from different parts of the country started streaming into Uhuru Gardens for the Jamhuri Day celebrations. The gardens were dotted with different colors, a true reflection of the Kenyan spirit. Dignitaries present did not disappoint as they arrived in style. A few minutes to 10 a.m., President William Ruto's motorcade arrived and he took the famous lap of honor amid cheers. The officers on the parade marched with extreme precision. The stage was set, ushering in entertainers.
Alright, asante sana, maridadi.
Actors from different Kenyan shows, including Vioja Mahakamani, filled the gardens with laughter.
Leo ni siku ya Jamhuri bwana, national holiday. Alafu navaa nguo ni kama imetoka kwa mdomo ya ng'ombe.
Ukapata pesa kidogo, minga mwaya ili kemikali ndani ya pesa, tapata pesa bingi. Singalipa deni IMF, ngalipa deni World Bank. Kama pesa ngabaki, singagawana Kenya mzima, kila mtu 2 million.
Eric Wainaina charged the crowd further with his hit song Kenya Daima.
Tuijenge nchi yetu, pasiwe hata moja anayetenganisha.
The president and Kenyans were also treated to a spectacular plane fly past as the pilots showcased their might in the skies. The fanfare displayed at Uhuru Gardens during the Jamhuri Day celebrations is a clear indication of just how much the entertainment sector in the country has grown over the years. Nancy Okware reporting for Prime Edition from Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi.
The Kenya Broadcasting Corporation staff Martin Kingasia and Catherine Donye have been feted with the head of state commendation by President William Samoei Ruto. The two have been honored owing to their immense contribution to broadcasting. Others who were feted were the Chief of Defense Forces, General Francis Ogola, Cabinet Secretary for Health, Susan Nakumicha, and Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire. They were awarded with the Elder of Order of the Golden Heart Awards. They were conferred with the awards in various categories during the Jamhuri luncheon hosted by the head of state at State House in Nairobi, Kenya.
The 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations wound up at State House in Nairobi, where President William Ruto hosted a luncheon for visiting heads of state, leaders and dignitaries.
I hereby present to you the following persons for various national awards.
First order of business, recognizing the efforts of Kenyans who have excelled in different professions, talent and skills, and have had an impact on the society and the profile of the country. Kenya Broadcasting Corporation's Martin Kingasia, who serves as the radio controller, and Catherine Donye, who hosts the Sundowner program on KBC's English service, were fitted with the Civilian Award. the head of state of commendation. The duo were recognized for their immense contribution to broadcasting.
The first time I came here is 33 years ago, but also I won a UN in Kenya Person of the Year award in 2010. Then I'm the only broadcaster to have worked in BBC for 2 years, 24 years ago, and then I came back to Kenya. But also I'm the chairman of my SACCO, Hazina SACCO Nairobi branch. I'm serving 18,000 members. But also I am the chairman of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation Staff Retirement Benefit Scheme. So I think those may have been considered in awarding me this very, very honorable award, for which I'm extremely grateful to the Mheshimiwa Ruto government.
The Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Ogola, Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nahumicha, and Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire were also fitted with the Elder of Order of the Golden Heart Award for their outstanding and distinguished services rendered to the nation in various capacities and responsibilities. The three were among 27 Kenyans who were recognized and awarded the Elders of the Order of the Golden Heart of Kenya. Interior Principal Secretary Dr. Raymond Omolo was also conferred with the Chief of the Order of Burning Spear Award alongside Dr. Bimal Kantaria, the Director Elgon Kenya, a company that transforms farms and lives through technology. Moran of the Order of Burning Spear was awarded to African champion 400 meters Ferdinand Omanyala and 192 others. Actress and content creator Catherine Kamau, musician John Joroge Muigai, Corporal Mary Mura, and actress Jackie Vike Elias Awinja were conferred with the Order of the Grand Warrior alongside 235 others. Kamche Menza for Prime Edition.
Congratulations to Martin and Catherine. Now, the opposition, Azimio One Kenya leadership, avoided the Jamhuri Day national celebrations held at the Uhuru Gardens. The whereabouts of Azimio leader Raila Odinga remained unknown, and his Twitter page did not post any Jamhuri goodwill message. Wiper leader, on the other hand, Stephen Kalonzo, who was also not in attendance at the national celebrations, posted a goodwill message on his Twitter page, and so did other top luminaries on the coalition. In the list of Kenyans feted with various national awards, however, were minority leaders Opiyo Wandayi and Stuart Mazayo, who were awarded with the Order of Elder of the Golden Heart.
Your Excellency,
Hundreds of Kenyans flocked to the newly renovated Uhuru Park in Nairobi, Kenya at the festivals as Kenya celebrated its 60th year since it gained independence. Other Kenyans took advantage of the holiday to travel upcountry.
With Nairobi hosting its second edition of the Nairobi Festivals, Kenyans came out in large numbers to celebrate Jamhuri Day. Chef Charles, a food vendor at the festival, said it was a good day for business as the turn-up was good compared to the previous year.
Sasa hivi tunaona kumechangamka. Pia last year kulikuwa na mvua, sasa hivi kuko sawa.
Families came out to commemorate the day with children enjoying different activities. Moses, a young upcoming artist, was also there to make a living by showcasing his talent through face painting.
Lori ya Jamhuri bana jo miko wa Kenya wote kwa youth dem bana pale nje, peace bana.
Many, however, were of a different opinion at the county bus station.
Sahi vile tunaona hali inaendelea, hali haiko sawa kulingana na mambo ya fuel vile ilipanda. Customer kuna sahi, ingekuwa watu wamejaza magari, unaona magari meriga hapa juu hawana customer.
It being a national holiday, the drivers expected a bigger turn-up than usual.
Sasa tunalia wasafiri ni wachache kulingana na mapato. Ndio maana tunakaa hapa hadi masaa 6 za usiku, pesa hamna. Hiyo ndio shida tunapitia kubwa sana.
Shop owners at the bus station also urged the government to check on the cost of living, for it is affecting their businesses.
Hii December imekuwa mbaya zaidi ya zote cause hakuna kazi, hakuna watu. So we were just expecting more people, but sasa unaona magari ndio zinaongoja watu, baada ya watu waongoje magari.
Susan Jagi for Prime Edition.
Mombasa County Government has waived penalty fines for petty offenders jailed in various correctional facilities in Mombasa. The Abdul Swamad Nasir administration has further waived hospital bills for patients at the Coast General Referral Hospital who had already, by the way, been discharged but could not settle their bills. Our reporter, June Karisa, with more details.
Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir, accompanied by local legislators as well as a host of members of county assemblies, arrived at the Mombasa Remand Prison in Vita constituency to mark the Jamhuri Day celebrations differently this year. 18 remandees across various correctional facilities in Mombasa were set free after the Abdul Swamad administration waived their penalty fines.
Inmates kutoka Jela Baridi, Shimo na Annex, wale ambao kwamba walikuwa na minor cases kama obstruction na vitu vidogo vidogo kama hivi, tumeweza kusaidiana na wao.
Tunashirikia taifa wakati lilipata mamlaka yake, na pia itakuwa si vyema wale ambao wamepatikana na kesi ndogo ndogo bado wanateseka,
kuliko kuingia kwenye majukwaa kuanza kurushiana maneno yasiyo na msingi ya hapa na pale. Watu wastik kwenye mambo ambayo siku leo ya Jamhuri itaonekana kuwa tumefanya jambo la kusaidia wananchi.
This will be the best way going forward to celebrate shughuli kama hizi.
The delegation later proceeded to the Coast General Referral Hospital where over 40 patients who had been discharged but failed to pay their hospital bills walked scot-free.
Wale watu wakiwa wanatolewa wasitolewe tu hivi hivi, wachukuliwe details zao na wapatiwe coverage ya NHIF.
Miles away in Likoni constituency, Mombasa County Commissioner Abdirazak Jardesa hosted the county's fete. Jardesa called on parents to step up in the war against drugs, reassuring them of beefed up security during the festive season.
Tumeanza mpango kabambe wa kuhakikisha kwamba wamepata vitambulisho ndio tuweze kuwapeleka katika sehemu za kurekebisha tabia, alafu wapelekwe katika vyuo vyetu hizo TVET wapate ujuzi na kisha waweze kutafutiwa nafasi za kazi.
At the Mary Cliff Academy grounds in Chuda, Mvita Member of Parliament Sud Machele joined the local administration in marking the day. Machele called on the residents to be responsible during the festivities.
Sukuma kwa wazazi wapate kuweka vijana karibu, wajue wanatembea na kina nani, wanafanya nini nje, kuliko uje upate mashtaka alafu useme mtoto wako ameonewa.
Juni Karisa Mbele from Mombasa County.
Sababu tumesema sanaa pia ni ajira.
Well, that story brings us to our first break here on Prime Edition. Remember, at the tail end of this broadcast, on Scorecard, we are hosting Dr. Ekuru Kot, party leader. We also have Dr. Iraki, an economist, and Peter Gadara, a writer. We will be taking stock of how far we have come. Remember, Kenya is celebrating its 60th birthday. You don't want to miss that. We're taking a short break. We'll be back.
Cheza Loto Moto.
School fees ya msichana imemalizwa.
Loto Moto. May the Almighty God bless you. Keep on doing the right thing.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
Kwenye ulimwengu wa sasa, taaluma za mikono zina umaarufu mwingi. Jiunge na Sensei Institute of Technology tukupe ujuzi na uzoefu wa kushughulikia ulimwengu. Tunafunza taaluma kama plant operator, plant mechanics, kuendesha gari na trailer, kuweka CCTV na alarm, kuweka solar, kuweka stima, motorcycle, motor vehicle mechanics na electronics, teknolojia ujenzi wa mijengo, ujenzi wa barabara na mabwawa, hospitality na taaluma nyinginezo. Kujiunga nasi, beba kitambulisho chako na utembelee tawi letu lolote. Sensei College, my skills, my future.
In a world filled with uncertainty, there is one thing we can always count on: the power of compassion and generosity. Every day, families in Kenya face unimaginable challenges and hardships. They struggle to put food on the table, provide shelter for their loved ones, and access basic health care. But today, you have the power to make a difference. By just contributing 1 shilling and 50 cents from your airtime, your generosity can provide access to sanitary pads, nutritious food, clean water, education, and life-saving medical care to those who need it most. To support this cause, please tune in to your favorite radio station under the KBC umbrella for step-by-step instructions on how to subscribe. KBC Helping Hands. Together, we can make a difference and bring hope to those in need.
A man's death has condemned them to live a rivalry because of their father.
He killed my brother. He stayed with his land and with his wife. Or did you forget how my brother Tulio Irazabal died?
I dare you to kiss me again.
What we feel is too strong to just let it go.
Your wife is cheating on you. Shut up! Who is your lover?
Tell me why last night you lied to your boyfriend, Amparo.
Explain to me what you were doing outside our house, kissing the veterinarian.
I have fallen in love with another man.
3 love affairs that will be challenged. The 3 will manage to get ahead. Their magnificence, their passion and strength. Las Bandidas.
You're watching Prime Edition. Welcome back, our socials at KBC Channel 1. Thousands of Kenyan flocked to national parks and museums after the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife announced free entry to the facilities in commemoration of Kenya's independence. The young and old took the opportunity away from the hustles and bustles of life for the lifetime opportunity of interacting with the beautiful wildlife, culture, and heritage. Alvin Kaunda is our man on that beat.
Scenes at the Nairobi National Park entrance. Kenyans in their numbers awaiting clearance to enter the park at the heart of Nairobi County, capitalizing on the free entry directive by the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife.
The government announces the entrance, or announces free entrance to Kenyan citizens to all our national parks and national museums on Jamhuri Day, December 12, 2023.
For most Kenyans, this was once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness Kenya's nature up close.
Nimefikisha miaka ya 54 kwa leo. So nikaona nikuje hapa, nifurahie hapa na nimefurahia sana kwa sababu ni wakati wangu wa kwanza kuja upendo huu.
So I've brought my kids and they are so happy. We've always seen these animals on the telly and here we are seeing them live. Now they know the difference between a cheetah and a leopard. Live.
At the national museums, the turnout was huge, occasioning a logistical nightmare for the management and security team. Kenyans have lauded the move by the ministry as the biggest effort so far in the promotion of Kenya's rich heritage and tourism.
Hii ndio Kenya ambayo sasa ni Kenya ambayo tunafikia vizuri. Nimetembea na watoto wangu wamefurahia kuona wanyama.
They however implored on the ministry to revisit their recently hiked park entry fees.
Lakini wakiweka ada juu watu wanakuja wachache yani, unaona? Juu kama wangeweka ada chini mimi ningekuwa nishakuja mara 1, 2, 3. Lakini sasa ada iko juu.
As Kenya celebrates its 60th birthday, Kenyans turned out in numbers inside national parks and museums not only to celebrate its independence but also its beauty. Reporting for KBC Channel 1, I'm Alvin Kaunda.
Now, the promotion of health services in villages dominated by Jamhuri Day celebrations in Kajiado County. In a celebration held at Kimana Stadium in Kajiado South Sub-County, Kajiado Governor Joseph Olelenku said that after 60 years of independence, some locals were still struggling to access health care, something he said that his government is working to reverse.
Governor Lenku on Tuesday commissioned 55 community health promoters and awarded them with a Community Health Promoters Kit to be used in the promotion of health services in the county. He challenged the health promoters to continue serving residents selflessly.
Na kwa hivyo tutaenda kuzindua ndugu hao, tunawaita community health promoters ambayo watakuja katika vijiji vyetu, na nawaomba wananchi mfuate uelekezi wao, wapokee kwa sababu tunatambua ili afya ikuwe bora ni lazima tuzuie magonjwa.
In Bomet County, Governor Professor Hilary Barchok said that despite the economic hardships in the country, the government is working around the clock to make life bearable for Kenyans.
Serikali ikiongozwa na rais wetu wanaweka juhudi kuensure kuwa maisha yetu imewekwa vizuri. Pia kama wananchi lazima tufanye upande wetu.
In Mandera County, Governor Mohamed Adan Khalif called on residents and business community to unite and support each other to alleviate the current economic hardships facing the county. In the meantime, Busia residents have decried increased cases of insecurity, with the border sector being the worst hit by killings.
Watu wakuwe peaceful, watu tukue na amani, uhalifu usije ukachukua maisha ya watu wetu.
Meanwhile, Governor James Orengo, in a speech read on his behalf by the County Executive Committee member for Governance, Agunda Ochanda, lamented the spike in cases of theft, muggings and killings, especially around Siaya town and its environs. Elsewhere, business people in Kiambu County decried the economic hardship, high taxes and high cost of living as they marked the Jamhuri Day.
Kitu yote tunauza bei kali, na watu makikuja makasema ni bei kali na hakuna pesa.
Kisumu County Commissioner Hussein Alasso has rallied the lakeside residents to take advantage of the state-backed development initiatives to uplift their living standards. Tharaka Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki used the celebrations to urge President William Ruto to institute measures that will cushion Kenyans against the high cost of living.
Kwa hivyo kama serikali mpaka tufanye bidii tuhakikishe kwamba ile tunaita the cost of living for Kenyans has come down.
In Kisii and Kirinyaga counties, authorities warned that the government will not relent in the war against crime.
Let us not drive it as politicians. Let us give the security apparatus a chance to work for us.
Kwa hivyo tuwache siasa za pesa nane. Tujipange kama watu wa Mboya. Wakulima wa Mboya hao wako na MRGM. Na wale ambao hawako ndani, muingie tuongeze, tuone vile tutasaidiana na county government. Sisi tunaweza kujitolea kuwasaidia. Ndio shares za MRM ziwe 100% owned by the Mboya farmer.
In Kiambu County, Governor Kimani Wamatangi said his administration is working with KEMSA to ensure that all hospitals in Kiambu are fully equipped with medicine.
Hata wakati kuna upungufu, huo mtandao tumeshikanisha na wenye wanatuletea madawa wanaoitwa KEMSA na wengine wanaitwa meds. Dawa zikipungua kwa hospitali, mtambo unaonesha huko kwao ya kwamba dawa zimepungua kwa hospitali fulani Kiambu, alafu wanakuja wanalete.
Beatrice Gatonyengetich, Prime Edition.
Excuse me. Now, plans are at an advanced stage to ensure a total overhaul in the renovation of schools in 6 countries of the North Rift that have been affected by bandits. The Kenya Defence Forces, through the Operation Maliza Uhalifu, has so far completed the refurbishment of 4 schools, some of them vandalized by the bandits. KDF says that normalcy is slowly but surely returning to the region, reiterating that government is committed in dealing decisively with criminals causing mayhem. And as Timothy Kipnusu reports, locals are confident that the operation, spearheaded by KDF in the 6 disturbed counties, will finally restore tranquility.
Just 10 months after the Kenya Defence Forces began the renovation of schools in the banditry-prone areas under the Operation Maliza Uhalifu, their efforts are indeed a game-changer and the results are evident. Our crew was impeded with the multi-agency team and witnessed firsthand the intrigues of such a delicate yet salient. The officers led us through a treacherous terrain as we seek to gather the facts around the operation that has lasted for more than 9 months. The team led us to Kositei Primary School in Tiati constituency. The warm reception by the locals perhaps signified their joy and gratitude for the government's school refurbishing initiative.
We used to have a problem for washrooms, bathroom for our boys. Our boys used to wash outside, to take bath outside there. But at the moment, we have something to be proud of that our KDF did to our school.
Kenya Defence Forces Operation Maliza Uhalifu Commander Brigadier Ahmed Saman tells us that 4 schools have so far been completed in the first phase, with the government targeting to build and renovate 20 schools.
The idea is to bring children from the warring communities within the North Rift to bring them together into a safe, secure environment where they can be able to interact, exchange cultures, understand different cultures, and grow up as Kenyans, not grow up as communities with deep-rooted hatred.
Joseph Lotodo, a former member of parliament for Baringo East, expresses with satisfaction the transformation brought about by the school renovation program.
The only campaign we have now is to have the children go to school. If every person of every homestead takes the children to the school, this community will be changed.
Owing to the slow return of normalcy in the region and the new school infrastructure, education stakeholders are calling on parents to enroll their children in schools.
They have enrolled in school, and that is a positive thing that we really thank the government and also the KDF for coming here so that they can really show the importance of the education.
Jamhuri Primary School in Tiati constituency in Baringo County that hosts 590 pupils is one of the schools among 20 that is benefiting from the government project, bearing in mind this is a banditry prone area.
Kila mwaka hii shule huwa ina improve kwa enrollment, ina improve. So hata hii fenye hii kazi imefanyika, tunaona itatusaidia sana. Hata watoto watazidi kuwa wengi.
Locals, on the other hand, have called on the government to address the serious teachers shortage in the region.
Tuomba tu kama inawezekana kuwa serikali watuongezee walimu. Tuko na idadi ndogo sana ya walimu.
Sababu tukipata walimu na wanafunzi wawe, shule itaendelea vizuri.
State Primary Schools was vandalized by the bandits, but now has a new face after refurbishment. While loading the refurbishment initiative, the locals have also called on the government to open up roads in the area for easy access by school-going children.
Barabara asa barabara hii ruti ya Katedo Lukuri. Gari hayezi pita. Gari ikipita bandits ama wajambazi wanaua watu.
Chepkesin Primary School has benefited from the program. The students here will no longer have to deal with the eyesore that was the old-fashioned and dilapidated school amenities.
Kuna wakati walifika hapa wakati tulikuwa tumefunga shule, wakavamia nyumba ya walimu, wakapora kila kitu yenye ndani, wakaingia kwa madarasa, wakavunja vioo.
All the projects, the bathrooms, the toilets, the kitchen, the classrooms that were destroyed by the bandits through the bullets has been done very well.
After Chepkesin, we drive off to one of the areas considered to be a hotspot, Kapedo. Despite the lacking danger, Kapedo Mixed Secondary School has also received a major facelift and is ready to receive learners at the beginning of the 2024 education calendar.
In fact, the girls' toilet was sinking, so they came at a very good time to help us build a new toilet for the girls.
The renovation program does not only focus on the construction of classrooms, toilets and staff quarters, but also seeks to address the water shortage problem in the areas that are classified as arid and semi-arid.
The main challenge here is water, but as part of the reconstruction and renovation, we've done the water collection. As you see around the school, all the water tanks that you are seeing, we are the ones who have done it as part of the water collection plan for the rainwater.
The government is calling for collaborative efforts in its bid to restore calm in the area.
So far, the operation has been able to achieve, I would say, in terms of percentages, 70 to 80% normalcy has returned to most of the areas of the 6 counties of the North Rift. We have seen drastic reduction of
bandit livestock raids from the days of early March, where we had highs of 18, 19 in a week, to almost 1 in a month. And that signifies the effort that has been made by the multi-agency teams to be able to curb the banditry.
Pengine serikali wafanya maneno ya disarmament, wakifanya maneno ya disarmament, nafikiri area tutakuwa na usalama ya kutosha.
The reality of insecurity confronts us more after a visit to these beautiful water towers in Kapedo, now contested, remaining untapped for years. This is one of the areas that has been witnessing increased cases of insecurity here in the North Rift, and the government has been categorical that it will leave nothing to chance to ensure that calm is restored in the 6 counties of the North Rift, particularly Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, Turkana, West Pokot, Samburu, and Laikipia. Timothy Kipnusu for Prime Edition, Baringo County.
Cheza Loto Moto.
School fees mtoto imelipwa, lakini bado tunataka kuendelea throughout.
Loto Moto imekuja kwa maisha yetu when I needed it the most. That is all I can say for now. I'm so grateful. May God bless you.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
Did Ricardo call you? Why did he call and look for you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard you.
You ever once thought that Magdalena spends all day in that room of hers and that she's the only one among us who seems to be going crazy?
Your beloved brother-in-law and all of Puebla will find out who you really are.
What are you doing? No, what were you looking for? Magdalena put that there so that you would start to doubt me.
She is a very dangerous woman.
A very good evening to you. My name is Daniel Wahome and welcome to Prime Edition Sport on this Jamhuri Day as we celebrate Kenya at 60. Now, Homa Bay County Boys team and Busia County Girls team are the winners of the inaugural Talanta Hela Under-19 Grand Finale tournament. The tournament attracted 16 teams drawn from different counties.
Homa Bay County Boys bagged the title after defeating Kisumu County Boys 4-2 in the boys' final played at Nyayo National Stadium. Goals from Cecil Maila, Hamisi Otieno, Godfrey Omondi and Ben Ogutu propelled Homa Bay County Boys to win the title.
Homa Bay wanafunga mechi vijana wa Homa Bay baada ya kuandikisha ushindi.
In another match, Busia County Girls outshined Kisumu 3-1 to win the girls' title.
Mzima huko Kotinda Auma anaweka mbele kabisa kule bila shaka. Anajaribu kumtafuta Faith Lona. Anaingia Faith Lona kwenye kijisanduku pale na anda pasi safi. Tani la kule. Dude.
Asante. Wamekwisha pata picha. Asante sana.
Mercy Amolo from Homa Bay County Girls and Austin Otieno from Kisumu County won the Golden Boot, while Lona Faith from Busia County Girls and Austin Odindo from Vihiga County Boys were named the most valuable players of the tournament. Mercy Akonth from Kisumu County Girls and Felix Beldon from Homa Bay County Boys were named the best goalkeepers of the tournament. 30 players were selected to join the Kenya Academy of Sports. For Prime Edition, I'm Sela Onyango.
Small money for anyone in this economy. Now, moving on is a double world record holder Faith Kipyegon was conferred with the status of Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart, that's EGH, during the 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations. President William Ruto said the award follows Kipyegon's exemplary performance on the track. The head of state also recognized reigning Africa 100 meters record holder Ferdinand Manyala, world marathon record holder Kelvin Kiptun, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, Mary Moraa, and Faith Cherotich. Moraa was awarded with the Order of the Grand Warrior of Kenya, while Omanyala was conferred with the Order of the Moran of the Burning Spear.
Today, I have conferred upon our world-beating athlete, Faith Kipyegon, the rank and status of Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart, the highest honor our country awards its citizens who illuminate the path of excellence. She has earned her place at the very top, from running barefoot to breaking 2 world records within a year, is the ultimate stage of heroism. Faith's journey is an inspiration to all our young and aspiring athletes. I equally salute Ferdinando Manyala, Mary Mora, Kevin Kiptum, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, Faith Cherotich, who have also registered their presence in the world stage, and they too will be feted.
And congratulations to all those who have been fitted with state awards today. Moving on is that double world record holder Faith Kipyegon became the first Kenyan athlete to win the Women's World Athlete of the Year for track events at the World Athletics Awards held in Monaco last night. We know a world marathon record holder Kelvin Kiptun, Emmanuel Wanyonyi and Faith Cherotich also walked away with global awards.
Faith Kipyegon charging to the line. Is it going to be a world record? Yes, it is! She smashed it!
Kenyan athletes dominated this year's World Athletics Awards in Monaco, France. Double world record holder Faith Kipyegon managed to fight off stiff competition from other competitors to claim the Women's World Athlete of the Year for track events. Kipyegon improved the world 1500 meters record to 3 minutes 49.1 seconds in Florence and later improved the 5000 meters world record to 14 minutes 5.20 seconds in Paris, shaving 1.42 seconds from the previous record.
I'm so proud of myself. You know, to have achieved what I achieved this year was magnificent. It was a dream come true from a long time ago. So I'm so proud of myself.
Meanwhile, world marathon record holder Kevin Kiptum was named the Men's Athlete of the Year for outside stadia events. Kiptum broke Eliud Kipchoge's world record, setting a new 2 hours 0.35 seconds record at the Chicago Marathon in October.
Mara ya kwanza nataka kushukuru mafans wangu kwa kunivotia. Nimekuwa mshindi leo wa mwanariadha bora na washukuru sana.
Emmanuel Wanyonyi and Faith Cherotich also walked away with awards for the male and female rising stars of the year respectively.
So I'm so happy today to boost this trophy. I don't expect this for today. I feel so happy for this trophy.
I would like to say thanks to my fans all over the world, my coach Bernard Rono, and global management.
For Prime Edition Sports, I'm Daniel Mwendwa.
And congratulations to our Kenyan athletes who were fitted last night in Monaco. Now, moving on, Kenya has achieved major milestones in the number of medals it has won at international competitions, especially the Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games, and the World Athletics Championships. Now, Kenya has won a total of 7 medals. That's 1 gold, 1 silver, and 5 bronze medals in boxing, and 106 medals, comprising 34 gold, 41 silver, and 31 bronze medals in athletics. Daniel Mwendwa tells us the Kenya's success stories over the last 60 years at the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games, and also at the African Championships.
Coming up, 105, Dina Frum is there. The teenage section.
Kenya has achieved a major milestone in the number of medals it has won at international competitions, especially at the Olympic Games and athletics competition, since Wilson Kiprugut won Kenya its first medal at international competitions in 1964, the same period when Kenya attained internal self-rule.
Australia, Dubell has signed it, and Kiprugut is struggling, and Dubell is going to take the gold medal. Dubell beautifully executed right through. Dubell wins.
Kiprugut won a bronze medal in an 800 meters race at the Tokyo Olympics, becoming the first Kenyan and African to win an Olympic medal. Kiprugut's medal was considered valuable because it inspired other Kenyan athletes to compete in the Olympics.
Nilifanya kazi ile natakiwa. Nilijaribu kabisa wakati huo wa sport. Nilifanya ya kutosha.
Naftali Temu was the first Kenyan to win a gold medal at the Olympics when he won the 10,000 meters race at the 1968 Summer Olympics in the Mexico City. Since 1964, when Kenya won its first medal at the Olympics, the country has won a total of 113 Olympic medals through 2022, including 35 gold medals, 42 silver, 36 bronze.
Outside that here, but it's Kipyegon's gold, as expected. Well, Teti the silver for Ethiopia.
Kenya has won 7 medals in boxing, but all of its 106 other medals are due to excellent runners led by its first great runner, Kipchoge Keino. Keino won a total of 4 medals, with 2 golds and 2 silver between 1964 and 1972. Kenya has only missed the Olympics twice, in 1976 and 1980, which they boycotted.
26-30 and he does! 26-27-80.
Kenya is ranked 37th in the all-time Olympic game medal table. In terms of medal won in the most recent Summer Olympics, in 2008, 2012 and 2016 have been Kenya's most successful, producing 42 medals between them.
Time 30-48, just behind Masai in second place, and Kenya get 1, 2 and 3.
The number of Kenyan women winning Olympic medal has risen dramatically from their first in 1996 to more than half of the Kenyan medals in 2016. Boxing and athletics are the only disciplines that have won Kenya medals at the Olympics.
Mary Mora reacting to the pressure of R.J. Wilson, and Adele Tracy of Jamaica flying through on the inside, but it is only 2 automatically through to the final, and those positions going to Mary Mora of Kenya.
Kenya has won a total of 7 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver and 5 bronze medals in boxing, and 106 medals, 34 gold, 41 silver and 31 bronze medals in athletics.
Will not be caught. This is justice for the man who couldn't do himself justice in Eugene. He takes the gold for Kenya. 10-0-2 into a slight headwind, minus 0.9.
And that's Kenya at 60 story on the number of medals won. And remember, we won more medals coming our way. Now, as we wrap up, Nigeria's Victor Osimhen was crowned the 2023 African Footballer of the Year at the Confederation of African Football Awards. That's CAF ceremony that was held in Marrakesh, Morocco last night. Osimhen beat Egypt's Mohamed Salah and Morocco's Ashraf Hakimi to the prestigious award.
The Player of the Year for 2023, the most in terms of the votes, Victor Osimhen.
The Napoli player beat Egypt's Mohamed Salah and Morocco's Ashraf Hakimi to the prestigious award, the first time a Nigerian has picked up the title since Nwankwo Kanu in 1999. Nigeria enjoyed double success with Assis Oshoala retaining the women's award, the 6th time the Barcelona star has won the accolade.
A very well-deserved award.
I don't think I'll be standing in front of you guys holding one of the most prestigious awards in world football. It's a dream come true for me. I want to thank everyone that have seen me through life's journey in achieving my dreams, in achieving my goals. I appreciate Nigerians for their support. I appreciate Africa for putting me on the map, for encouraging me, for defending me, regardless of my shortcomings.
The winners are voted for by a panel consisting of CAF Technical Committee, African media professionals, head coaches and captains. Clubs involved in the group stage of CAF continental competitions also have a say.
Here he is now in the channel, Victor Osimhen!
Napoli's Osimhen was tipped to pick up the prestigious CAF award for the first time in his career after stellar 2022-2023 season.
Right on the stroke of half-time, Victor Osimhen scores again at the Pentagoni.
He also became the first Nigerian to finish in top 10 of the Ballon d'Or vote with an 8th-placed finish, and was made member of Federal Republic in his homeland. King Orimwangi for Prime Edition Sports.
And it is the league's top scorer who just keeps on.
And that's it for the sport tonight as we celebrate Kenya at 60. as an independent nation and 59 years as a republic. Well, I know that's a conundrum, and I know Tom is going to be dealing with that. What happened in 63, what happened in 64, and why 60 and 59 come in. My name is Daniel Wahome. Have a good evening. And as we leave, Tom Mboya is going to be taking you through the scorecard of Kenya at 60. He's going to be speaking with Dr. Exen Iraki, who's in the finance and economics field. He's going to be speaking with Patrick Gadara, who's a scholar in matters media, but also is a cartoonist, runs something known as Cartoony. And we've got Dr. Ekuru Aukot of the Third Way Alliance. And remember that he was in the secretariat that delivered the Constitution of Kenya 2010. My name is Daniel Wahome. Have a good evening and be blessed. Have a good way into 61 years of Kenya.
Many thanks indeed, Daniel Wahome, for that update. Yes, on scorecard, we have those three guests you don't want to miss. Our topic of discussion is, of course, we'll be looking at the independence journey. What are the hits? What are the misses? All that coming up after this short break. So on behalf of the Prime Edition, I want to thank you for watching, and let's see you on the other side of the studio.
Songa mbele watu wote wa Jamhuri yetu Kenya. Tunaposherehekea miaka 60 ya Jamhuri, Kenya inaendelea kutambulika kama nchi inayostawi. Maendeleo yetu yanatokana na ushindani wa nguvu kazi ya vijana nchini. Mbali na kuwakilisha taifa